हेलो हेलो।
हाँ हुआ क्या?
हाँ हाँ, हो गया, स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट हो रहा है।
ठीक है ठीक है। 15 लोग आ गए।
हेलो।
हाँ हाँ, चालू हुआ स्ट्रीम।
Okay, so good evening all. So first we will start with the upgradation of Kali Linux. So those who have installed it, open the terminal. Okay, so first those who are in Kali, they should type sudo apt get update and sudo apt get upgrade y. Okay, so it is giving me error because I am in the root directory, so I will be doing apt, only apt, not sudo. Okay, just a minute, it is giving some network error. हेलो हेलो।
हाँ बोलो, म्यूट किया वहां से। म्यूट करके ही बात करें, ठीक है, नहीं तो उधर आवाज आए।
ओके, चलेगा, वो एक्चुअली डिफॉल्ट रहता है कि मैं ट्राई करता हूँ। Okay, so we will start by upgrading. Let me increase the font size. Okay, so apt get update and apt get upgrade. So this will upgrade your Kali Linux. Okay. So okay, so we will go with the slides now. हेलो।
हेलो।
हाँ भाई, आप पहले ये क्रिप्टोग्राफी स्टार्ट करोगे क्या?
क्या सीन हो रहा है?
हाँ, मेरा थोड़ा नेटवर्क इश्यूज आ रहा है। चलेगा?
हेलो हेलो।
हेलो।
So hey everyone, I hope everyone can hear me. Looks like Avi's having some problem with his network, so we'll move on with the cryptography section. So a little bit intro about myself. I am Ayush Singh. I am currently in third year computer science in RIT, and I am a cybersecurity enthusiast. I like to learn things about cybersecurity, network security in general. I'm also a full stack developer, and today we'll be learning about cryptography, why we need it in cybersecurity, its history, and how it looks like in modern cybersecurity. So let's move on. So, uh, why do we need to learn about cryptography, right? Why are we bothering about cryptography? Well, as a cybersecurity analyst or anything in a cybersecurity field, you would need to secure your data or communications so that your data is secure, and you would need to decide upon what encryption types to use for your messages, your data, and whatever, everything. So you need to know what kind of encryption, what kind of cryptography techniques you have to use, at least the basics, so that you can determine what would be good for your data. And so, today what we learn is we see what cryptography means. Uh, we'll see the history of cryptography, how it went through the ancient times, and we'll learn about just a peek into modern cryptography. All right, so let's start. So, Imagine Alice and Bob are two people, right? And they have some sensitive information to share. Alice wants to send a message to Bob, but there's also an eavesdropper, Eve, coincidentally, that wants to read the messages that are sent between Alice and Bob. So what Alice does is Alice writes up a message and then locks up the message into a box with a lock for which the combination both Alice and Bob know, but nobody else knows, right? So Alice sends the box over to Bob, and this process of locking up the message in a box is essentially known as encryption, right? And when Bob receives this box, what Bob does is he opens the lock with the help of your encrypt key, because he knows the combination to that lock, and then he gets the message. And this unlocking process is known as description, basically. Now, cryptography is when we move from physical locks to using abandoning physical locks and moving on to ciphers, which can be essentially said as virtual locks, right? So what ciphers are basically are some gibberish, right? So this is a message y double eet heat, and we what Alice would do is to just scramble this message somehow. So this is a cipher, because to anyone else eavesdropping here, we have Eve here, it would look like gibberish, right? And when Bob receives it, he knows what cipher Alice has applied to it, and what key, whatever the cryptography has been applied to it, and he will decipher it. So there's no need for physical locks and anything, and we just are using the plain text to send the message, right? So let's see how ciphers were used throughout the history, right? Because cryptography is like has been important for over thousands of years. It's been a heart of modern communication, because if you see, everything on the internet right now is encrypted, right? Every uh, uh, okay, seems like my PC is lagging. Sorry about that. Just a minute. Let me just fix up this real quick. Okay, I think my voice is echoing, so I try to fix it. Let me know if my voice is echoing now. So you have no information or fix it. Let me know if my voice is echoing now. Can someone please type in the chat if my voice is echoing or not?
हेलो क्या क्या हाँ मैंने बोला, उसने भी पूछा भी ना स्ट्रीम पे। ठीक है मैं बोलता हूँ फिर से उसको। हेलो मेरा आवाज जा रहा है? ओके ओके सॉरी। हेलो। नहीं, मैं फुल स्क्रीन पे हूँ। अरे वो आयुष को एक्चुअली पीसी लैग कर रहा है, इसके लिए वो चेंज नहीं हो रहा है इस पर। हाँ, वो लाइव स्ट्रीम पे ही है आयुष। मैं अभी फिलहाल नहीं हूँ, मैं नेक्स्ट करने वाला हूँ। हाँ हाँ। हाँ हाँ। तो ये वाला ऐड कर लो।
So I tried fixing the echo thing. I hope it's fixed. So can you guys type in the chat if it's fixed?
अरे हम लोग ना एक्चुअली अभी आवाज आ रहा है।
Hello. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Am I audible?
हाँ, टेक्स्ट को भी ऑफ किया मैंने।
Okay. Seems like we fixed the issues. Sorry about that. Avi, can you go full screen? Yeah. Thank you. Guys, extremely sorry for that. Uh, we are having a rough day today. So I was talking about cryptography in the past and the ancient times. So, well, it's been around for about 1,000 of years, and for network communication and our whole network architecture, we use the internet. The cryptography is the heart of it essentially. Now, cryptography essentially is two main ideas, right? It's number theory and probability, and we'll see how in the later on sessions. But I'll just go through the overview of these topics. Just a brief intro, right? So Caesar's cipher was something Caesar used to use for his military commands, right? He would shift each letter in his military commands, by a fixed number. In Caesar's case, it was 3, and then the commands would be meaningless to the people who tried to intercept them, right? So imagine if Alice and Bob tried to send each other a message using Caesar's cipher, right? So they would both have to agree on a shift. Let's say for 3. So every letter in that message should be shifted with 3, right? So A becomes D, B becomes whatever that is plus 3, and so on. So Alice and Bob agree on a shift key, let's say 3 here, and then they share the shift number. And what Alice does is she writes the message and then shifts the message according to the agreed key, and then she sends the message to Bob. And Bob, when Bob receives the message, what he does is he will deshift the message according to the key previously agreed, which is 3. So he'll subtract 3 from all the numbers of the alphabet letters, and he'll get the original message right here. This is how it looks. So suppose Eve, right? Eve is the eavesdropper here, and he wants to break this cipher, right? So what could he do? Well, Caesar cipher's weakness is of the fact that any language has this frequency, right? I'll show you the graph. So any language, if you pick up a text from a book, right, a long text from a book, and you analyze the frequency of the letters, right? So the times A arrives, B arrives, and C arrives in any text you pick up, it has to be substantial to generate this data. But yeah, any text you pick up from the English language, it will generate this frequency distribution, right? So E is the letter that arrives the most, happens to be there the most. So this frequency distribution is what is called the fingerprint of English language. So by checking out the frequency distribution of the cipher, if say in the cipher message the word H arrives the most, right? So what would happen is he'll see that H arrives the most, and he'll look at the frequency distribution of English language, and he'll see that the letters have been shifted by 3, right? Because H, right? H, yeah, E and H. So letters have been shifted by 3 because the graph seems to be shifted by 3, and there's a difference of 3 letters. So he'll realize that the shift is of 3, and he'll decipher the code. Now this whole process of analyzing the frequency distribution is called fingerprinting, right? And it is for the fact that every communication will leave some kind of fingerprint, right? And to break, so if you want to break a cipher, what you do is count the frequencies of each cipher, and we will check how the fingerprint is there shifted, and we'll find out how much the shift was, and we'll reverse the shift, and we'll get the cipher. So that was it. So about for 100 years, people were not able to crack this Caesar cipher, this simple looking shift of 3. But yeah, after 100 years, people did figure it out. So moving on to something more, should I say, secure, right? Polyalphabetic ciphers. Let's discuss about what a secure cipher would mean, right? So a strong cipher would be something that hides its frequency distribution, right? The flatter this curve here, this distribution here, the more it would be difficult for a code breaker to like guess what's the fingerprint is of, right? So what we do in polyalphabetic cipher is that we decide upon a key. So Alice and Bob will decide upon a key, and it would be a word, a random word in English dictionary or whatever. So in this case, we decide upon snake, and its numerical values would be 19, 13, 1, and 11. Okay. So what we do is write this key alongside with the message, right? So and we'll repeat once the key ends. So we'll do that until the whole message is covered, and then we'll shift it according to the number below it. And then we'll get this cipher, which is now much more secure because the key is like there are multiple keys, there are multiple shifts, and this sequence is repeated along the message. So now Alice sends this message to Bob, and Bob has a copy of this key snake, and now he can decipher the message just by subtracting it. Now let's look from the perspective of a code breaker, right? So Eve here wants to break this cipher. Well, when Eve intercepts this message, right, she'll try to calculate the frequency, and later than the English language, right? And now this is a problem, right? This is not what we wanted. So how do you think we would break this? Well, we still have what we call is information leaks, right? And what I mean by information leak is this partial fingerprint. We have this differential of words. As you can see, the E and F, here we have this differential, and this differential occurs because we have repeating words in the cipher, right? The words are repeating, and whenever there's a repetition, there's a leak of information. This is a very important concept in code breaking and cryptography analysis. Whenever there's repetition, there has to be an information leak. So to break this cipher, what Eve has to do is to determine the length of the shift rather than the word itself, the key itself, right? And he'll have to check the frequencies at certain intervals. So suppose Eve guesses the length of the key, right? It is 5, right? And if she checks the frequency of every fifth letter, the fingerprint will reveal itself, and she will have just 5 Caesar ciphers to decode, because she'll know what's the shift for every letter, every fifth letter. And now we have the trivial task of just breaking 5 Caesar ciphers, which is quite easy. So in polyalphabetic ciphers, what matters is the length of the key. The length of the key, the longer the key, the harder it would be to break, right? Now, still this is breakable, and for 400 years, people were looking for ways to stop this fingerprint leak, right? To stop this information leak. So what could we do to stop this leak? Well, we have what we call is the unbreakable cipher, the one-tap pads. And how we stop this information leak is randomness, right? So imagine Alice had a dice with 26 sides. Yes, just imagine. So Alice rolls that dice and writes down the number, whatever comes up, and she creates a long list of random shifts, right? So 21, 25, whatever comes through, right? So this list of shifts are randomly selected, right? Because you're rolling a dice, from, if you have studied probability, you know that it will be totally random. And you get this list of shifts, and then you share this list of shifts with Bob. Instead of the word, we don't have any key, we just share the list of keys. And one thing is that the list of shifts should be as long as the message, right? So when Bob receives the I forgot to mention how we encrypt this. So what we are doing is, when we get the list of the shifts, what we do is we write the shifts along with the message, and then whatever the number is below it, we shift each letter according to it. So by doing that, you get all random possible combinations, right? So when Bob receives this message, what he does is he also has the list of shifts, and then he uses that list of shifts to decrypt the message, right? And he gets it. So now Eve, who is listening to this message passing through, so intercepting this, she will have a problem, right? Because this cipher that we sent has two unique properties and very important properties. First, there is no repetitive pattern at all, right? Nothing, because you're rolling the dice. It's totally random what your shift is going to be. And the second property is the frequency is uniform. You can see it right here in the graph. The graph is flat uh, as it could be, right? So it's equally likely the shifts are equally likely, and there is no information leak, and therefore this cipher is unbreakable. There's no way Eve can break this cipher, because there will be, so suppose there's a message of say 5 letters, right? So for 5 letters of message, for Caesar cipher, what you have is a fixed shift, right? You shift the letters by either 1, 2, 3, or whatever you want. So you have 26 possible shifts right here. So this is quite guessable. You could analyze the frequency distribution and all. You can get the fingerprint. But with one-time pads, you have, for every letter you could select from 1 out of 26 possibilities, right? So for a 5-letter message, you have 26 times 26. If you have read about combinatorics, you might know about this. You have 26 for every letter. You have 26 possibilities, and they multiply to 12 million possibilities, right? So this message can have 12 million encryption, about 12 million. It's actually around 11.8 million. So you could have 12 million possibilities, and there's no way someone can break this without knowing the shifts. So this is how strong the unbreakable cipher is. We have to get some idea of how much this would be. Suppose you write the encrypted key, right? So a five letter message, right? And you write it on a paper and keep writing 12 million messages, encrypted messages, and keep them stacking over and over. It would be 1 kilometers long. Yes. So there's some fact. And so because this is random, this makes the cipher very, very, I mean, it's impossible to break it. And this is what we know as perfect secrecy in action. So this concludes the history and what cryptography is essentially. We'll be looking into it more later on in the later sessions. Before giving this to Avi, I'll like to propose a question, right? In this case, what we were doing was we were sharing the key every time, right? Alice and Bob were sharing the key, whatever the method to make the cipher was. They were sharing the key, right? But what if Alice and Bob can never meet? How would they do that? So the answer to this, and how would they communicate, is what lies in the heart of modern communication and modern cryptography. We have some amazing, let's say, ideas to make this happen, and we'll learn more about it. In the meantime, if you want to play around with ciphers, you could go to cyphertools.co.uk. I'll paste the link in the chat, I guess. I'll show you. Yeah, you could just play around here. You could try different types of ciphers. You could crack ciphers. You could create ciphers, whatever. Just play around. Okay. Thanks everyone. We'll move on to Avi's presentation. Thank you.
Okay, hello guys, and sorry for the technical problem. Okay, so we will start here first upgrading and updating the Kali Linux. So those who have installed can open and do with me. Okay, so apt get update, and -y. So -y means yes, so it will not ask for any permission. It will directly install the directories that are important and that we will be needing. And one more, apt get upgrade y. Okay, so you all can run this command, and till that time we will see the presentation. Okay, so good evening. I am Avi Sharma, and I am currently I am penetration tester, and also I am bug hunter. I hunt bugs for many companies, and I also do freelancing on Bugcrowd and HackerOne and many websites like Synac and all. So what is cyber security? So cyber security is not only about hacking. It is the art. Yes, you can say it as art of being safe in this world full of hackers. So threats countered by cyber security include cyber crime, cyber attacks, and cyber terrorism. So okay, so why it is important? The increasing cost. So as you can see in the previous years, the cost of cyber breaches are increasing. So there are two laws of privacy such as GDPR and DPA 2018 can mean significant fines for organizations that suffer cyber security breaches. So here we can see that cost is increasing, and also sophistication. So what sophistication means? They can continue to grow in sophistication, like attackers are using a ever expanding variety of tactics. Okay, so there are different types of attacks like social engineering, malware, and ransomware. So, and also it is a broad issue. So how broad issue? We can see that new regulations are being made, rules and regulations are being made related to the broad issue. And also there are many management companies of cyber risk strategies that will reduce the risk of attacks. And also it is a big business. Like you can see that many startups are being started related to cyber security, and in 2018 it is worth of 1.5 trillion US dollars, the company of cyber security. And next, the goals of security system is integrity, confidentiality, and reliability. So these are the three goals. So what integrity means is ensuring that data is not being modified or fabricated. If done, okay. So next, in confidentiality means privacy. You can say that data is allowed to be accessed only by verified parties and not by others. And reliability means services or access to assets should be available whenever needed. Only whenever needed the access should be given. And next, there are activities for the coming months that we will be doing. So first is penetration testing. So what does penetration testing means? Like we are penetrating the network or website, web app, or Android app, iOS app, anything in which we are penetrating. Penetrating means we are hacking it. And why we are hacking it? To report the vulnerabilities and not to exploit. So the steps that are included in penetration testing is planning, Planning means we have to gather the information about the website, like its domains, subdomains, its open ports. And next, scanning includes the open ports and also exploiting some ports. And next is gaining access. How gaining access? Like performing some attacks for gaining access. Attacks like XSS, that is known as cross-site scripting, CSRF, cross-site request forgery. So there are many attacks. So by that attacks we will be gaining access to the website, and after that maintaining access. So for example, if a website is having vulnerability, so it does not mean that 100% that a website can be exploited. So maintaining access is also a very important thing. And last one is analyzing and reporting. Analyzing means making the report of the vulnerabilities that are in the website, and reporting it to the company cyber security team. So second is computer forensics. This we will be covering, and this is the most important and exciting part. Like it will include the cyber crime, data encryption, file recovery, and corrupted file recovery. Also the deleted file recovery. So these things will be included in computer forensics. Now brute force. So Instagram hacking, Facebook hacking, these all are done by brute force. Means 90% these all are done by brute force. So what is brute force? Like in brute force we make word lists of password, and we will be trying each and every password for the account of Instagram or Facebook, like the thing which we want to hack. And also it is used for cracking SHA 256 and other hashes. Second means social engineering. Okay, this is the most interesting attack. Like it contains phishing, creating fake Facebook pages, fake Instagram pages, and also fake bank pages. So we will be dealing with these attacks, and we will be seeing that how to be safe from these social engineering attacks, especially because nowadays social engineering attack is mainly, yes, 90% of the people are doing social engineering. It also means manipulating the mind of people. And last one is bug bounty. Okay, so what is bug bounty? We saw penetration testing, so that is only bug bounty. So what was the last part in penetration testing? Was analyzing and reporting. So when we are reporting a valid bug to a company, so based on its impact and based on its exploitation, the company gives us money. So the minimum bounty which you can get is $50, and the maximum it has no limits. Like a few days back, Shopify.com gave 22,500 US dollars for a bug that was reported, and the bug was CSRF, cross-site request forgery. In that, account was taken over. So we will discuss about these bugs later. Okay, so now we will be performing some attacks. So yes, everyone can perform these attacks. You can perform this in Windows too, but I prefer Linux. So everyone should sign up on ctflearn.com. This ctflearn.com, everyone should sign up. So I have already signed up, so I will log in. So I am giving 5 to 10 minutes so everyone can sign up, and we will start with these challenges. Do let me know in the chat box once you have signed up on this CTF Learn. Okay, we will wait for some more people. Okay, so should we start? Okay, so go in the challenges here and all challenges. Yes, and here we will be doing 2 to 3 challenges as the time permits. Okay, so for our first challenge is basic injection, the first one and the easy one. So we will open this. Okay, so so first we have to read that what it is saying. So see if you can leak the whole database. The flag is in there somewhere. Okay, so this is the website. We have to leak the database of this website. So we will open it in the browser. Okay, so as it is saying, you know what to do. So what we can do here, we have nothing. So we will go in the page source and see here we have got some hint, like try some names like Hiroki, Noah and Luke. So we will type Hiroki. No, it is giving error, 0 results. Noah is still 0 results. So Luke, we will try for Luke. It will definitely give something. Oh, okay, so name Luke and what data is saying that I made this problem. So now we will put some malicious codes, which is also known as the SQL injections. So our first basic code is 1 single quote, then or, then again single quote, and then again 1, again single quote is equal to single quote 1 and single quote. Okay, so we will try for this and we will submit it. Okay, so 0 results means this was a malicious code, but the website knows this malicious code, so database is not leaked. So we will try something. So this was our previous code, so 1 single quote or single quote 1. Okay, so we will add hash here and now we will submit. Okay, so you can see here the whole database of this website is leaked, and this is our flag. See, data, that is why you need to sanitize inputs. So you can copy this and you can paste in the place of flag, so this challenge will be solved. And next challenge, we will be doing, we can do some hard one. Okay, don't bump your header, its name is. Okay, so what is this, what is it saying? Try to bypass my security measure on this site. Okay, bypass the security measure. So we will open this site in browser. Sorry, it seems as if your agent is not correct. In order to access this website, the one you supplied. Okay, so in this case we will use the curl command. Yeah, we can do this by in two ways. So I will first tell you this way. You should view the page source. If anytime this error gives, any website gives this error, you should see the page source. So here it is some code. Okay, so we should copy this code. Yes, and the second, you should curl and paste this website there. Curl is a command. So here also it is giving us same code. So now we will be doing, you can copy the code with me and I will explain after that. So user agent, so our user agent is this code which we got by the page source of the website. And before it we should add curl h, curl and capital H. Close the double quote, and now you should paste this website. Sorry. Okay, so here we got the name of the website which we have to bypass. So what is this? awesomesauce.com. So now we will keep this awesome sauce as referrer and we will use the same code, and let's see what will happen. So the same curl h user agent, and after this code, and here we will put referrer. Our referrer is awesomesauce.com. So our referrer, and referrer is awesome.com. awesomesauce.com. Okay, and one more, in this terminal you should copy by Control Shift and C, not by Control C. If you will do Control C, then it will give some error. Control Shift V and paste as Control Shift V. And the same. Okay, so now we will run this command. Okay, boom, here we are having the flag. So we are successful in bypassing the security measure on that website. So here also you can copy this flag and paste here, so this challenge will be solved. And the last challenge that we will be doing is of forensics. Forensics 101. It's easy challenge. Okay, so think the flag is somewhere in there. Would you help me find it? Okay, so it is a mega link, like we have to download something. So for what is that? Okay, so we will download this photo. Save file. Okay, and it is downloaded here. We will take this file on the desktop. And now we will clear the terminal, and we okay, and here this is the photo. So we have to find the flag in this photo. So what is the flag here? Means there is some malicious code in this hidden in this photo, that is okay, that is enough to hack your whole computer or your whole system or mobile in which you are downloading this. So we have to find that malicious code. Okay, so we will start from here, shell. So we have to break that picture. Okay, so ls cd desktop, as we have saved that image on the desktop, and ls. So this is our image, this 956ED. So we will use strings here. What? strings, strings, and we will paste the name of this photo. Okay, and enter. Okay, so these are the string that we got after breaking that picture. So here we have to find the flag. Okay, so here is the flag. Wo data is cool. So data is cool, what does it means? That it has stolen our all data on the computer. Okay, but this photo is just an example. So you can paste that flag on the website and your challenge will be solved. So okay, these were the 3 challenges that we solved today, and the same challenges we will be solving in the coming months, and we will also be learning that why we use only the curl command, or why we use the strings command. So we will be learning all of that. Like, I cannot explain it now, we are running short of time. So okay, thank you, and I'll end it here. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so if anyone have any questions, they let me know.